Enough about me. Let me introduce the contestants. And our first contestant tonight, we welcome back Josie Lawrence of the Comedy Store Players. As we've seen her before, we know her acting is second to none. Her singing is second to none. In fact, if she got a part in The Sound of Music, she could be playing a nun. Next, well, I must say it's not often that we have a film and theatre actor of truly international distinction and ability. In fact, we never do, but we do have this week the very popular actor Jonathan Pryce. Then we also have the comedian Paul Merton, whose distinctive performing style is not so much deadpan as dead miserable. And last but not first, our resident maestro, or is it Mini Metro, John Sessions, without whom, let's face it, this programme would have somebody else in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Now, the first game is called Authors, and in this, the contestants have to take it in turns to tell a story in the style of an author of their own choosing. So if you'd like to come forward, contestants, and tell us who your author is. I'll be getting the title from the studio audience in just a moment for them to improvise with. Josie, have you thought of an author?
Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie, yes, jolly good.
King James.
King James.
Famous, the Bible.
Oh, yes, famous writing of the Bible, yes. God, that's very appropriate for a Sunday.
Yeah.
The programme goes on a Friday, so... less appropriate, possibly, for the show. Very appropriate, because it'll be Sunday in a couple of days' time. And Paul.
Do-it-yourself technical handbook.
Yes. Marvellously well-read you are, Paul. And John, who have you gone for?
I'm going to do Gabriel Garcia Marquez.
And a very popular choice with the audience here. We've been reading him during the week, just to... Now, from the studio audience, I'd like, if possible, a suggestion for the title of a story for them to tell.
A Day in the Life of a Horny Llama.
A Day in the Life of the Horny Llama. Yeah. Have you read a story called that already? Or are you in the process of writing one? Or? You write them regularly, so you're using this like sort of like a publicity plug for your own book. Yes, well, don't do it again. Okay. The Day in the Life of a Horny Llama.
Just outside the street of Wilson Mansions, Hercule Poirot was walking along with his assistant Hastings, trying to get this llama off his leg. Hastings, you're probably wondering why I've brought you to this street today. Well, it's this llama I've got on my leg. I can't seem to shake it off, Hastings.
And Hastings did say unto Poirot, take this llama, go unto the garden with it, show it to another llama. And the llama did beget llama, that did beget llama, that did beget llama, that begat llama, that begat llama.
And Poirot said to Hastings, get this llama off my back. And Hastings said, do it yourself. It was this point that he had passed a doorway and he said, you notice this door has been planed on both sides. If you notice that the grommets on the backward side or handle have been double screwed back to utilize a double sink after did count the sunk piece of glass.
Piece of glass, yes. The Colonel, Balazar Alcazar Diaz Macaya, had often looked down into Macondo. Only the other morning he had got up to see his wife rise from her bed in beautiful Colombian silk, only to turn into a large white bird. Or was it a llama?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Well, I have to give some points for that round, and I can't distinguish between anybody there, so I'll give 10 points each just to get us going. Now, the next game is called Film and Theatre Styles. It's called that because the contestants are required to act things out, to improvise things, in a variety of film and theatre styles. Makes sense, doesn't it? Paul and Josie, we're going to start you off as a pair, first of all. I'll give you your situation to improvise in just a moment, but if the studio audience has got a few suggestions for us of film or theatre styles that they can act in...
Flintstones.
Hang on.
Flintstones.
Flintstones, was that pantomime from over there? Or... Sorry, what was that one? Sorry, another pantomime. We've got two pantomimes we're going to do. What was the other one over there?
Spaghetti Western.
Spaghetti Western, yes. And
James Bond film.
Oh, well, we're having James Bond films, they can't. Sorry? Disney.
Great.
German art film from John Sessions' friend. We'll give him that later on. OK, so Paul and Josie, can you start off improvising like Jack and Jill? And then I'll cut in with a style when you've done a few.
Jack and Jill.
You've heard of Jack and Jill? Well, any Jack and Jill, really. But preferably somebody we've heard of. It's boring for us, isn't it?
Seems only a few years ago that we went up that hill together, Jack. And now here we are, married with 42 children. And all because I took you home to bed and put vinegar and brown paper on your sore head.
Yes, not much of a contraceptive, was it?
OK. OK, a spaghetti western.
I would like to go back up to the hill, Jack.
Don't call me Jack, you know, I have no name.
Then, who are you?
Am I? Who am I? I am that man who goes at the top of the hill with a brown paper head.
Pantomime.
Don't I, boys and girls?
He does, you know. And we know a song about brown paper, don't we, Jack?
Yes, we do.
While they're getting ready for the finale, why don't we put the audience into two halves and sing our brown paper songs?
Now, I want all the ladies to sing the brown paper song and all the men to go up to the bar and order themselves a whiskey.
A German art film.
Or a lager, whichever suits him.
All right, end on a Bond film.
Wait a minute, you see this cigarette lighter here? If I press this button, it turns into a helicopter.
Oh, that's brilliant. Why, I've got something here. I've got this comb, and if I go like this with one of the teeth, I break a tooth of it.
We can pick the lock with that bit of broken off tooth comb.
That's brilliant, Jack. Jack Bond. We should have got in it, don't you think?
We should have done, yes.
Thank you. All right. Well, OK. OK, I'll give 50 points each there. Now, John and Jonathan, you'll have a thing to improvise now, a situation I'll give you in a moment. So have you got any more film styles, theatre styles for John and Jonathan? Well, pirate movie. Doctor Who, hang on. Samuel Beckett, yes, very good. Blue Peter, I think. One more, just one more from out there. What? Sorry? Oh, right, Commedia dell'arte, jolly good. Let's hope they're good on languages. Now, OK, so let's get going. Your situation is reporting a crime.
So, you're telling me that you sat there for 25 minutes and you watched him go at her with a 1938 service washing machine.
Oh, yeah, it didn't seem nothing unusual to me about it, no. Really.
So let me just get it straight, because you were first on the scene, were you?
Yeah, well, it was...
Sorry. Samuel Beckett.
I've been in the bucket for a while now, still now, old, no time, ongoing. Are you curtain now?
God, no.
Where's me dad? Where's my God?
No. Now you're asking me. Now. Did you see it? Did you say you saw it?
I saw the crime, I saw him hitting, I saw him boof, bash down the world beginning, and then all we fall, all to end, all time gone.
A pirate movie.
Pirate movie, so...
I'm made out of saturated Technicolor. You can't stab me. No, it's no good. Try my teeth.
They work just as well for me. How wonderful.
Commedia dell'arte.
Were you there at the beginning?
I was there at the beginning.
Were you there at the end?
I was there at the end.
That end?
Oh, yes.
You're an old scallywag, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Not a scallywag, more of a scaramouche. Make them laugh. Loudly, or maybe you embarrass them into laughing because your faces are doing such big things.
And one more to end on, as in a le carré.
You're washed up, George. You're washed up in the washing machine, spinning round and round. You know what it is to go west, George?
That's just your opinion.
My opinion doesn't come into it. You are too late with Clydesdorf, and you're too late now. You're not saying a lot, George. You're going round and round. Or maybe it's reminding you of 1938 in Colombia. Or 37 in Berlin. A lot of water under the bridge, George. A lot of nutcrackers round the nuts, if you catch me. What did they do to you? Did they stop it? Stop what's happening in here? Or was it the washing machine?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I'll let you go on a bit there on the off chance you might mention reporting a crime again, but I'll give you 50 points each anyway. Now, the next round is called The World's Worst. It's a quick-fire round. Everybody's involved. You'd like to come forward and stand on the world's worst step there. And just as they think of them, contestants have to think of and pretend to be the world's worst people to be auditioning for a part in Romeo and Juliet. So I'll buzz when I've got enough of you to get the idea. So go ahead. The more you do, the more points you get, if you're interested. Oh.
So, Miss Juliet's 15 then, is she?
But soft! What light breaks from yonder window? I'm left looking an arsehole. She's up there in the window. She goes around in tights. I'm left standing here and there's been an eruption.
Well, I mean, how old do you see Romeo as?
Any more? Any more? No? More from John.
Oh, I suppose it'd be 1958 I was doing it last. But I think it's the way that...
Well, I just see it as a natural progression from everything I've been doing. I mean, Macbeth, Hamlet, Lear.
Oh, yes, I think I'd be just right for the part, actually. I mean, Shakespeare is my favourite writer.
It's not about being handsome, it's about being passionate.
I think end on that. Any more? Okay. Well, I think I've got masses there. I think you can all relax on that. Yes, and while I work out the points for that round, we dash away while people try and sell you things. Be back after the break. Goodbye. Right, okay, yes, no, right, okay. Right. All right, well, welcome back from the adverts or making the coffee, whatever you did, and I'll give 10 points to everybody in that last game. Now, the next round is called Different Games for the simple reason that in it we play different games, or I say the contestants play different games. Josie and John, your game is to be making up musical styles or singing in different styles, starting with Josie, and we're going to be using the assistance of our musician, who is Richard Vranch, also from the Comedy Store Players. Now, what we want is a household object. And we're going to get Josie and then John to sing about that household object. So, can anyone think of a household object? Sorry? Television set. You can make up a song about a television set, can't you? Now, can we have some suggestions, please, for a musical style for Josie to sing? Heavy metal. You okay on heavy metal?
Have you got a mic?
Yes, I have got a mic, actually. He's sitting in the front. Oh, no. Oh, sorry, Richard's getting into even
Still
heavy.
about television.
Still about a television set, and Richard's getting onto his guitar.
Baby, baby, I love you. Can you hear me, son? Come and treat me like a television set. Come and twist my knob. Baby, baby, I want to be your man. I think you'll find I'm your favorite program. Come on, baby, see the screen. On the telly, you can hear me scream.
Thank you, Josie. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well. I don't know. Well, we better have something meaty for John to do it in the style of now. Sorry? I think that was a style, and not just a comment. So, John, can you do it in the television set still in the style of folk? You've even come along wearing a sort of Aaron jumper, just to... You come dressed for a folk heckle. Very good.
Okay.
Go.
I'll do it by myself. Oh, okay, I'll do it by myself. A morning came up, it came round and down. The dairy folk outside Derby, they came down to the town. They found an old person with a great big fat sweater. It was getting much larger, getting better and better as he put on his television set and danced round the television set. He danced round the television set. He drank real ale and a ridiculously long pipe was hanging from his mouth. His girlfriend, her name was Betty. She changed it into dandelion stock because she was a wanker like him. And together they would dance together round the town, living in a time before the goons were around. But sometime after the First World War, who the hell one was it? With a sweater going up and down, they would turn on the television but then switch it off because they were funny old wankers from the past. And round they would go, and round they would go, drinking real ale and living in an England that never really existed.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Well, it'd be impossible to separate those two there, so I'll give 100 points to John and 500 to Josie. Okay, so the next game involves Jonathan and Paul, and it's called film dubbing. What we do is show them a film, and we've scrubbed the soundtrack off it, and they have to provide it. So if you'd like to come forward, get ready to watch. It is actually a film you may have seen called Plan 9 from Outer Space. And we're going to give you a situation that you've got to pretend to be in, and you're improvising. Paul, you've got to be pretending to coming in to book a holiday from Jonathan, who I suppose is a travel agent. That's what you've got to improvise as a soundtrack over this bit of film. Now it's starting, look.
Oh, hello. I'd like to book a holiday. This is my solicitor in case anything goes wrong. Yes, I'd like to go to Corfu, please. I'd like to spend 3 weeks there, if that's at all possible.
Well, Corfu, it's frightfully difficult at this time. You see, I've got a letter here. Tell me Corfu's very, very windy now, you know. So I don't really think... You see, my aunt says here... What?
Ah, so what you're saying, your aunt...
Oh, don't you interrupt me, sonny.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just realised that you were telling me about Corfu. Now...
Yes, well, I've got to tell you about Corfu again. You know, it really pisses me off, this. I have to keep telling you until...
Is self-catering an optional bonus, or do I have to... can I get something near the sea? I want to sort of have a good...
No, there's nothing near the sea now. No, that's all fully... But you should have been here a long time ago, laddie.
I'm sorry, I had no idea.
Oh, piss off with it. Come here.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Very good. They'll never believe this isn't cheated because that's exactly what the soundtrack was in the original. Oh, 90 points each there. Now, games are called Party Quirks, which matches Paul Merton against the rest. He's actually played this on previous programmes, but he didn't manage it very well, so we give him another chance. Paul is going to be a party host. That's what he's going to be improvising. The others are going to be arriving as guests, but they've been allocated an odd physical or mental quirk. Yes, I'm pointing at your envelopes, so if you look in the envelope there. These have been provided by members of the studio audience. They've come along to suggest strange quirks. We've picked the best 3. And the idea is that Paul's got to try and guess these in the course of the improvising. Right, OK, Paul, you'll come down here and improvise giving a party. The others will be arriving at the door, which is round that side of the set, but I'll be providing the noise, the doorbell noise, as they arrive. So you'd like to queue up, ready? Right, OK, you ready? Have you started improvising a party?
Sorry, I think I've broken your doorbell. I pressed a mic too hard.
That's all right, don't worry about that. Would you like some twiglets or some, I have some rosé, some white wine, some red wine?
Twiglets, yes. Don't bother to unwrap them.
You've got one stuck in your hair, I think. Oh, I'll just get the doorbell. Hello. Oh, fuck.
All right, Paul. All right, Paul. Repeat after me.
Yes.
Get out of me. Get out of me.
Get out of me.
Get out of me.
Get out of me.
Get out of me.
Have a twiglet, thank you.
Have you come to see about the rates?
Say it again. Get out of me. Get out of me.
Get out of me!
Get out of me.
Get
Lie
out of
down,
me.
Paul. Lie down,
Lie
Paul.
down, lie
This
down.
won't take long.
Okay.
Okay.
Hang on, I'll just get it.
Shall I answer the door for you, Paul?
Yes, Wonder Woman, answer the door.
Oh, well done. OK, wonderful. That's close enough.
Hang on a moment, I'll just get it.
But where were we going? Where could we be? We were, of course, French. Our long navels going in and out underwater. Oh, sorry.
OK.
I'm sorry, you got it right. I'm a complete imbecile.
OK, we'll give you that one, Paul, because...
Jacques Cousteau, he's possessed by the devil.
Yeah. Well, there it is. All right. Well, I think I'll give 20 points each to each of the improvisers, and maybe 15 to Paul, because I think he had to be given just a little bit of help there by having it explained to him. Yeah. No, not bad at all. So all I have to do is to tot up the points here, and I see that this week Josie Lawrence has won. So well done, Josie. Now, the prize for winning is to get to read the credits out in a style of my choosing. So, Josie, I'd like you to do it in the style of an angry viewer at home. OK? Just wait a minute. Don't wait there. Well, just say thank you to Josie Lawrence, to Jonathan Price, Paul Merton, John Sessions, to Richard Vranch on the piano, to the studio audience here, and everybody else. This is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Whose line is it anyway? Well, that was absolutely disgusting. And for people who've only just switched on, do you realise the entire lot of the studio audience were completely naked in that programme? And a sorry sight it was too. Now let's have a look. Stage manager Hilary Groves, costume design... Costume? Vanda Vivian, well that's a stage name if ever I heard one. Hilary Gartill, that's what up. James Bigger, oops, sorry missus. Designer, Pip Gardner, lighting director, but oh, what did he direct? Couldn't direct traffic, old Joe, but still, never mind. Well...